Welcome, no, yes. Welcome to the Western Wyoming Community College Commencement Ceremony in the graduating class of 2020-2021. Please remain standing for our national anthem. Please be seated. Western has graduated students with over 9,500 associate degrees and certificates since awarding our first degree in 1962. Tonight, 307 students will receive a total of 378 degrees and certificates. 25 degrees were earned in the summer of 2020, 55 degrees earned in the fall of 2020, and 236 this spring of 2021. 41 of these graduates completed their studies at Western Outreach Centers outside of Rock Springs and Green River. Tonight, as is customary at ceremonies of this type, there are guests to be honored and recognized. Let us acknowledge those critical people behind the scenes, those who in countless ways help our students to graduate. Let's applaud the parents, spouses, children, grandparents, and the friends. In a non-pandemic year, our faculty and staff would be seated alongside the graduating class. Please know that they wish they were here tonight, helping to celebrate the achievements of the graduates. Allow me to introduce our platform party. Please stand as I call your name. Board of Trustees President and President of the Wyoming Association of Community College Trustees, Regina Clark. Representing the Wyoming Community College Commission, Micah Wyatt. Western Wyoming Community College President, Dr. Kim Dale. Vice President for Administration, Bert Reynolds. Associate Vice President of Human Resources, Joy Adams. Dean of Students, Dr. Dustin Conover. Registrar Stu Moore. I'm not sure. And our outstanding graduates, Reese Fulmer and Carly Putman. And tonight's commencement speaker, Casey Terrell. In order that we remain socially distanced on the stage, our remaining Board of Trustee members are seated alongside the graduating class. I would also like to ask you please to stand as I call your name. Board Vice President, Dr. Veronica Donaldson. Board Secretary, Dr. Greg Aramosby. Board Treasurer, Kenneth Lorimer. Past Board President, George Ekman. Trustee Carla Hester Croft. And Trustee James Jessen. Also seated alongside our graduating class tonight and representing the faculty are our division chairs. Please stand as I call your name. Dorothy Harton, Paul Johnson, Heidi Brown, Dr. Aaron Jensen, Sarah Pauley, Beth Gard, and Carlton DeWick. I am Dr. Cliff Wittstruck, the Vice President for Student Learning. You may now all be seated. It looks like you already sat. And now for this evening's focus, the graduates. Yes. Western Wyoming Community Colleges recognizes that this celebration is for the graduates. We applaud you, we recognize your hard work, and we take pride in your accomplishments. As is our tradition at Western, outstanding graduates have been selected and will make a short address. These students are an excellent example of what it makes Western Wyoming Community College a truly great institution. We are honored that our outstanding graduates this year are Reese Fulmer and Carly Putnam. The first outstanding graduate to address us tonight is Reese Fulmer. Reese will be receiving her Associate of Arts degree in elementary and early childhood education tonight, and she is from Star Valley, Wyoming. As a student leader on campus, Reese was a part of the housing team for over a year as a resident assistant and was a lead resident assistant this past year. Reese was also part of the student ambassador team for 2 years and as the head student ambassador this past year. Reese will continue her education at the university level, but plans to first join the International Language Program this summer and leave the United States for 4 months to focus on helping children in a foreign country to speak English in a fun and friendly atmosphere. Reese's outstanding graduate nominators use these words to describe her. Reese is professional and outgoing, which has aided her as a student ambassador and resident assistant. With her approachable and friendly personality, she makes both prospective and current students feel welcome. Reese always has a smile on her face and is enthusiastic about everything she does. She will always represent Western in the most positive light. With her level of drive, there is no question she will achieve anything she sets her mind to. When asked to describe her experience at Western in a few words, she said, joyful. Please welcome Reese to the stand.
Hello, class of 2021. I am honored and humbled to be speaking to all of you today. Thank you, Dr. Wittstruck, for the great introduction. Honestly, I feel more like the outstanding recipient of lots of help and support rather than the outstanding graduate. Many people have helped and supported me over the last 2 years, and any success I have had here has come in no small part because of them. I would first like to thank my family and my friends for the continuous support. To my parents, Kelly and Gina, you have been the greatest examples to me. I look up to you in every area of my life. To my friends, new and old, you are the best parts of me, and I'm grateful for you every day. Next, I would like to thank Marissa and Rachel for believing in me enough to nominate me for this honor. Thank you for your help and friendship over the last 2 years. I would also like to express my gratitude to all of my bosses in the PTC, RAs, and ambassador programs. Dr. Conover, Amy, Alex, Paige, Stacy, and the ladies in Mustang Central, thank you. As for all the people I have worked with while in these groups, you are amazing, and I'm truly blessed to have known you all. And of course, thank you to the students, faculty, and administration. I'm grateful for every one of you who has gone out of your way to be friendly and make the most out of your time here. 2 years ago, I never would have thought that driving southeast for 3 hours from my hometown of Star Valley could have exposed me to so many great people and opportunities. But like many of you, these past 2 years have helped me grow in so many ways. As we all know, this year has been especially unique. We as students were faced with a situation that we had not dealt with before, and it was not always easy, and some days it felt like the world was on pause from the normal life we had become accustomed to. This year especially has felt like sink or swim, and seeing all of you here today, it is apparent that you chose to swim. So now, instead of staying on pause, please continue moving forward, even when some days it feels like you're falling behind. If I have learned one thing while being here, it is that the more you give to life, the more you will get out of it. As an RA, I have had the opportunity to meet so many of you, including both my residents and my team members. Thank you for the impact you have had on me and the friends I have met because of it. As a student ambassador, I have given dozens of tours of our campus. Through this opportunity, I've met amazing students and supportive guardians. But I must admit, my favorite has been the little kids I've given dinosaur tours to. Their curiosity and excitement, an example to us all, always filled me with joy. Even the question I once received from a little girl asking, "Did the dinosaurs wear pants?" taught me that there is no shame in having questions. As a tutor, I was given the chance to sit down and talk with some of the most exceptional people I've ever met. My ESL tuties will forever continue to inspire me, acting as a reminder that even though the world is crazy, there is always kindness. Looking back, I'm sure I got much more out of these programs than I ever contributed to them. So now, as this chapter of our lives comes to a close, many of you will continue your education, enter the workforce, travel, settle down, or go on to a myriad of other things I can only guess at. Wherever life takes you, I am sure there are many more exciting possibilities on the horizon for each one of you. I'm honored to be part of the 2021 graduating class of Western Wyoming Community College and look back on all the things we have accomplished in our time here with pride and joy. I wish you all the best wherever life takes you. Thank you.
The second outstanding graduate to address us tonight is Carly Putnam. Carly will be receiving her Associate of Arts degree in psychology tonight and is from Rock Springs, Wyoming. Carly was a part of the Peer Tutor Center where she helped so many students with their studies. Carly also served for 2 years as the president of the ANTS Club, which is the Association for Non-Traditional Students. She could always be seen helping the SGA, the Student Government Association, with their efforts, and also served as a member of Phi Theta Kappa in the Spanish Club and the Guardian Club. Carly will continue her education as she and her 2 sons pack up and move to Laramie this summer to attend the University of Wyoming. There she will participate in the Honors College and will continue her studies in psychology. Carly's outstanding graduate nominators use these words to describe her. Carly is dynamic, dedicated, and a caring student. She has hosted lunch and learns with other non-traditional age students to help them engage, socialize, and even help find them scholarships to alleviate student debt. Even after she leaves, Carly will continue to support students and encourage them to attend Western because she has stated many times Western gave her the start to a better life, as well as the lives of her children. Carly never gives up, never strays from who she is, and above all shows what Western grit and resilience truly are. When asking to describe her experience at Western in a few words, Carly said, life-changing. Please welcome.
Hello, fellow graduates, students, families, and faculty. I would like to start by thanking all of you who made it possible for me to be here today. I would like to say thank you to my parents, Phil and Lindy Putnam. Not only did they bring me into this world, but they never gave up on me, no matter how difficult I was for them. I definitely gave them a run for their money, that's for sure. Although my mother isn't here on earth with us today, I know she's cheering me on and here with us in spirit. Thank you to my 2 boys, Braden and Aiden. I would have never stepped foot through these doors if it wasn't for them. I intend to give them the world. Thank you to my sister Delana. Since day one, she told me, "See, I always knew you were smarter than me," even though she has a few degrees here herself. I would also like to thank Dr. Stacy Lynch Newberg for all of her help, guidance, advice, compassion, and taking me under her wing and advising me along with her other 99 that she oversees. I often said, "Stacy, why do you believe in me so much?" Her love for all students is astonishing. Ms. Paige Vincent has not only taught me so much about tutoring, but also about life. She is one of my heroes. Miss Susan Falsing, Dr. Shane Westfall, Jessica Dean, Dr. Cami Donahue, Pete Candelaria, Jackie Monson, Lisa Lee, and Dana Perderman. I would also like to thank Miss Marlene, Miss Susie, Miss Jen, Miss Anna, Miss Karen, Mr. Michelle, and all of the incredible ladies at the Children's Center. I couldn't possibly begin to thank you enough and explain my gratitude for taking care of Aiden and treating him just as if they were his own. Miss Haley Rawlings in the Wellness and Accessibility Office, who was there for me when I lost my mother and all of my other loved ones. She always was compassionate and kind. To Miss Alex Nelson and Dr. Dustin Conover and all of SGA and the Ants Club, thank you. Thank you to all of my tutees that worked so hard, and although it seems that I was the one teaching you, you guys were really the ones teaching me. You taught me more than you'll ever know. To my best friends, Brittany Hayes, Kevin Yurkovich, and Sammy Thompson, I couldn't have gotten through this without you. Fellow graduates, our slogan here at Western is enter with passion and leave with purpose. I know that's not all of our stories. I entered here homeless, broke, and feeling lost. Through my adventure here, I now have gained passion, and not only have I gained purpose, but I have also found power, confidence, and knowledge. Be brave, even if you don't feel so brave. Be strong when those hurdles and obstacles come your way, and face them head on, and rise to the challenge. Figure out how to overcome those obstacles and how to jump those hurdles, no matter how high they are. Branch out and meet as many people as you possibly can. You never know who's going to come on your path and totally change your life. Sit with those that are alone or look like they're struggling. Help them, because you never know if that small act of kindness may change the world for them. Who knows, it may even save their life. Believe in yourself. If you doubt yourself, you will inevitably fulfill that prophecy. If you believe you're going to succeed, you will succeed. It may not be the exact path that you planned, but it could turn into the path that you were destined for. Our minds are strong, and if we can change the way in which we think, we can change the course of our lives. Thank you, and congratulations, class of 2020-2021. It's been one heck of a ride, and we made it through a pandemic, and we still came out on top. Like a phoenix, we rose from the ashes, and now we are rebuilt into something new. May we still continue rising and never give up. Thank you.
Carly and Reese, thank you for addressing your fellow graduates. We would now like to welcome our commencement speaker for this graduating class of 2020-2021, Casey Terrell. A Wyoming native, Casey Terrell grew up in Pinedale, just 100 miles north of Western Wyoming Community College. After graduating from Pinedale High School in 2010, Casey came to Rock Springs to attend Western. Casey studied music and earned his Associate of Arts degree in 2012. While attending Western, Casey competed with the forensics team, worked as a resident assistant in Aspen Mountain Hall, and served as a senator, vice president, and president of Western's Student Government Association. Casey was honored to be selected as Outstanding Music Graduate, Ultimate Resident Assistant, and one of 2 outstanding graduates from Western that year. After graduating from Western, Casey attended the University of Wyoming, where he completed his Bachelor of Arts in Political Science. Casey continued his work in residence life, serving as a resident assistant and senior resident assistant in 3 different residence halls. Casey was also selected as UW Gold at Homecoming in the fall of 2012. While an undergraduate, Casey worked at internships with the Wyoming Department of Agriculture, the Wyoming State Legislature, and with U.S. Senator John Barrasso. Casey transitioned to the University of Wyoming College of Law in 2015, where he concurrently earned a Master of Arts in Environmental and Natural Resources from the Haub School and his Juris Doctorate with honors. While at the Haub School, Casey studied abroad in the Canary Islands off the coast of Africa and was selected as a Childs and Evelyn Plummer Interdisciplinary Excellence Scholar. He also worked concurrently as a legal research fellow for the Carbon Safe project funded by UW's School of Energy Resources. After passing the bar exam, Casey took a position with the law firm of Crowley Fleck, PLLP, where he currently practices law and lives in Sheridan with his wife Callie and 2 dogs, Bentley and Molly. When he isn't practicing law, Casey can be found watching the Colorado Rockies or enjoying the outdoors with his wife and pups, fishing, hunting, hiking, skiing, trail running, and gardening. Welcome, Casey.
Good evening. I can only imagine what you all are thinking. What is this bearded guy in a wizard's robe going to talk to us about? To be candid with you all, I've struggled about what to share with you tonight. Sitting before me is an extremely diverse group of folks who've arrived at this moment by traveling many different paths. What could I provide of value to you all, even as you leave here and continue on many different journeys? No matter what I tried to write about, I kept coming back to the idea of quotes. I feel like they encapsulate the message that I want to share with you tonight. See, throughout my life, I've always gravitated to quotes. They're sort of personal mantras that help guide me out of tough times and keep me on track during good ones. So, tonight, with some assistance from you all, I want to share with you 4 of what I think to be the most important and helpful quotes, mantras, and lessons that I've discovered during my short time on this earth, in the hopes that they can be helpful to you as you leave here today and continue on in your journey. First, success is the sum of small efforts repeated day in and day out. Robert Collier. The greatest achievements in the history of humanity are nothing more than the hard work of one or more folks trying to pursue a goal every single day. From the invention of electricity to putting a person on the moon, you name it, it happened one day at a time. Speaking of which, graduating from college is difficult. Surviving a global pandemic is difficult. Graduating college while surviving a global pandemic shows that you all have what it takes to work day in and day out. And for that, I would ask that you give yourselves a round of applause. So, I think we can all agree on this principle that every accomplishment is the result of daily efforts. So, I want to take a poll with you guys. Graduates, please raise your hand if you've ever set a goal for yourself. All right. Now, please raise your hand if you've ever achieved a goal that you set for yourself. Very good. Now, please raise your hand if you've achieved every single goal that you've ever set for yourself. That's what I thought. So what makes it so difficult to work towards our goals when we understand that all it takes is daily efforts multiplied over time? The answer is because it takes grit. And I'm not talking about sandpaper, folks. I highly suggest that you seek out and read a book called Grit by Angela Duckworth. I don't have as much time to get into it tonight as I would like, but the principal thing that you need to know is this. For a multitude of reasons, the human mind, your mind, prefers to believe in luck and chance, rather than the mundane reality of hard work as a means for achieving our goals. Our brains tell us that success is like a slot machine in Vegas, that we eagerly put our money into, hoping that one day it will arbitrarily and randomly go off and reward us with what we desire. However, the truth is that success is much more like a bird's nest, carefully crafted out of innumerable pieces of twig and grass, laboriously carried to the nest to finally craft the whole. Your takeaway is this: Passion and persistence, applied over time, is the key to doing anything. And no shortcut, no matter how tempting it may be, will ever reward you with the same consistency as working towards your goal, no matter what it may be, day in and day out. Second, comparison is the thief of joy. Teddy Roosevelt. This is something that I've been challenged by my whole life, and to help you understand, I need your participation again for just a moment. Please find someone sitting next to you and make eye contact with them. Don't be shy. Very good. This is now your graduation buddy. On the count of 3, I would like you to please say howdy to your graduation buddy. And let me say, before we do this, that if it's weak, I will make you do it again. 1, 2, 3. That wasn't too bad. Here's the deal with your graduation buddy. Maybe you know them, maybe you don't. Chances are, you and your graduation buddy have lived very different lives to get to this point. That's one of my favorite things about Western. There's no prototypical student here. Everyone brings their unique perspectives and experiences when they come through this institution. Now, in non-COVID times, if I asked you and your graduation buddy to sit down and chat for a while, and I asked you to find something about their life that you were jealous of, I bet you could do it. And that would only be a natural reaction. Maybe they drive a car that's newer than yours. Maybe they have a bigger house. Maybe their path to be sitting in this gymnasium here today was a little easier than yours. We live in a day and age where we are spoon-fed the idea that we need bigger, that we need better, that we need more. Being indoctrinated with that innate desire has never been easier than it is now with social media, right? Whether it's Twitter, Snapchat, Facebook, Instagram, all of us could pull out our cell phones and find somebody out there that's going to make us feel bad about ourselves 24 hours a day. Social media will have me sad at 2 in the morning that I'm not swimming with dolphins off the coast of Bora Bora, flexing my non-existent six-pack. But unfortunately, it doesn't end there. Once we get used to constantly measuring ourselves against strangers, it spills over to our friends, and then our family. And pretty soon, we're spending our days lusting over the things that we don't have, rather than appreciating the things that we do. I ask you to have the courage to swim against the current narrative that you can never have enough, that you can never be enough. The truth of the matter is, the happiest people that I have known in my life all have one thing in common. They're happy as they are, where they are. Not because they have everything that they could ever desire, but because they've decided that they have everything they need. Comparison is the thief of joy. Don't let it steal your precious time on this earth. Third, life is all about momentum. This is a Casey Terrell original. All right, I'm gonna need your help again. For those of you that are able, please take your right hand, put it in the air, anytime you want to, all right? On the count of 3, we're gonna do our best train choo-choo noise, okay? 1, 2, 3. Now, why did I make you all do a train noise? First, how many times in my life am I going to get the chance to make this many people do that? That was awesome. But second, trains demonstrate Newton's first law of motion, the law of inertia. For those non-science inclined folks in the crowd, we can summarize it as this. An object in motion tends to stay in motion, and an object at rest tends to stay at rest. Applied to trains, if a train starts from a dead stop, it takes a lot of time and a lot of force applied through the wheels to get it moving again. Conversely, if a train's in motion, it takes a lot of time and a lot of force applied to get it to stop or even slow down. In my experience, we all have a lot in common with trains. And I'm not just saying that because your choo-choo noises were so dang good. Life is a momentum-based exercise. When it's going well, it tends to keep going well, and when it's not going well, you guessed it, it tends to not go well. So, how do you build and maintain momentum when you leave here today? First, a good train engineer is going to know when they're approaching a hill, and they're going to make sure that their train has enough speed to carry it up that hill. Do the same thing in your life. When you know you have a challenging time or event coming up, prepare for it with the idea of keeping your momentum going in mind. Notably, being scared of a hill or being scared of a challenge is not going to do a whole lot to help you get over it. Take the opportunity to prepare for the challenges in your life before they arrive, and you will have enough momentum to carry you anywhere you need to go. Second, once your train is stopped, and everybody's train stops sometimes, being upset about it isn't going to do a dang thing to get it moving again. In life, everybody hits road bumps and blocks. It's a fact. In fact, the people in your life that you view as successful likely failed just as much, if not more, than the folks in your life that you would call unsuccessful. The difference is, successful folks have short memories. They figure out what caused their train to stop, they fix the issue, and they focus on moving forward again. Period. They don't dwell on their failures or let it hinder them moving forward. Time is the most precious commodity on earth. Not gold, not silver, not diamonds. Time is the one thing that you can never buy or buy back. Successful folks know this, and they spend their time moving forward, not dwelling on their challenges. In summary, life is all about momentum. Be a train and hit the challenges with speed and without fear, and when your train stops, because it will stop sometimes, focus on moving forward again. Fourth and finally, every day you decide who you want to be. This is a quote from my good friend Dan Lee. I've saved this quote for last tonight because I think it's the most important of all the quotes that I've shared with you. This quote is both the most significant burden and the biggest opportunity that any of us will face. Now, if I asked each of you to tell me who you are, I would bet that you would start out by telling me something about what you are. I think your instincts would go to telling me your hobbies, telling me an achievement. And I think that happens because, in my experience, no one's more poorly suited to tell me who you are than you. The answer to the question of who you are, who we are, is so deeply buried beneath layers of self-doubt, thoughts of past failures and who we're not, uncertainty about the future, and counterproductive comparisons to others, that it's dang near impossible to readily identify and express, let alone to a stranger. But I challenge you with this. I think the vastly more important question is, who do you want to be? Because once you can answer that question for yourself, the other pieces start to fall into place. From that point on, all you need to do is get up and decide to be that person. Do what that person would do. Who you are is simply the compounding of the actions that you take in the next hour, the next week, the next year, and all your years after that. And I hope you have many. Now, there will be obstacles, and there will be setbacks, and there will be days where you fail to be that person. And that's okay. If you focus on moving forward and making the next right decision, I think you will be shocked at how fast those failures become a distant memory. Before you know it, your nest will be built, your train will be speeding in the right direction, and you won't be looking to others to gauge your worth. because you will have become the person that you want to be one day at a time. Now, before I go, I have a gift for each of you. Not only is my friend Dan wise beyond his years, but he's also a gifted artist. Dan was kind enough to letter this last quote for me, and I had a poster made for each and every one of you to take with you as we walk out the doors tonight when you go. No matter where your path may go from here, it started at Western. I hope this poster will remind you of your time here, of the education that you earned. And I hope the poster will give you inspiration, whether you hang it on your wall or find it in a moving box or a desk drawer in 20 years. It's been an honor to share a little bit of myself with you all tonight. Congratulations on your wonderful achievement, and best of luck as you decide who you want to be starting today.
Thank you, Casey, for that inspiring message to our graduating class. I would like to take this time to recognize retiring staff and faculty members. You will be able to see from the combined years of service that Western employees are committed to our students and to our community. Those employees retiring have a combined, very impressive 335 years of service. Please help me recognize them by name, position, and years of benefited service. Josefina Testini, Program Assistant for ESL, 16 years of service. Denise Lovato, Custodian 2, 17 years of service. Danette Nguyen, Office Assistant, 17 years of service. Sue Falsing, Associate Professor of Developmental Studies, 18 years of service. Dorothy Harton, Interim Math and Science Division Chair and Associate Professor of Exercise Science, 25 years of service. Therese Yurkovich, Executive Assistant to the Vice President for Student Learning, 28 years of service. Paul Johnson, Business and Industry Division Chair and Associate Professor of Oil and Gas Technology, 29 years of service. William Anderson, Protective Services Officer 2, 30 years of service. Evelyn Merrill, Executive Assistant to the Vice President for Administrative Services, 30 years of service. Lisa McClure, Assistant Professor of Business Information Systems, 31 years of service. Anne Marie Shipman, Financial Aid Advisor, 31 years of service. Michael Stoltz, Custodian 2, 31 years of service. And Colleen Thomas, Payroll Accountant, 32 years of service. Also, in recognition of their continued service, long-term teaching excellence, and helping Western students achieve success, we are pleased to share that 2 of our retiring faculty members have met the criteria for and have been granted Professor Emeritus status. Please join me in congratulating Dorothy Harton and Paul Johnson on receiving this honor. And it is now my pleasure to introduce the President of Western Wyoming Community College, Dr. Kim Dale.
evening, everyone. At this time, I would like to invite Regina Clark, President of Western Wyoming Community College Board of Trustees, to come forward. Madam President, on behalf of the administration, faculty, and staff, I am very proud to present to you the Western Wyoming Community College graduating class of 2020-2021. These students have completed all board requirements for their respective academic programs. These students are the finest representatives of quality achievement at Western Wyoming Community College. We wish them the very best with their future educational pursuits and the achievement of their career goals.
Thank you, Dr. Dale. This is so different from last year. I'm so glad to be here in person and to see, well, I can't see smiling faces, but I can see some smiling eyes. And we're so proud of you. So on behalf of the Western Wyoming Community Board of Trustees and the entire community college district we serve, we accept as trustees this graduating class, which includes Associate of Arts, Associate of Science, Associate of Applied Science, Associate Degree of Nursing, and certificate recipients. Upon successful completion of their coursework, these students have met the requirements of their respective programs and will be granted their degrees and certificates. The trustees would like to congratulate each of you on your accomplishments and commend you for all that you as individuals have brought to Western Wyoming Community College. We have outstanding facilities and exceptional faculty and staff, but students bring the life and vitality to this institution. Congratulations and best wishes on your future academic, occupational, and personal endeavors. Congratulations.
It is time now to recognize each graduate individually. Your program lists all graduates. However, we will only announce the graduates in attendance in the order listed. If a student is receiving multiple degrees or certificates, we will recognize all of the accomplishments when the student receives his or her first degree. As each name is announced, you can view significant honors the student has received as noted in the program. These honors include distinguished graduates, recognizing students who have achieved a cumulative 3.8 or better grade point average throughout their program, with at least half of their credits taken here at Western. Members of Phi Theta Kappa, the Community College International Honorary Society, honors program graduates, students who complete a minimum of 12 credits of honors courses with a grade of C or better, participate in honors program, community service activities, and who have an overall GPA of 3.25 or above. Dr. Dustin Conover, our Dean of Students, will be reading out the names of the graduates. We will announce the graduates in this order: Associate Degrees in Nursing and Related Certificates, Associate Applied Science and Related Certificates, Associate of Arts, Associate of Science and other certificates. Dr. Dale will hand each student a diploma cover. We would like to request that audience please hold their applause until all graduates have crossed the stage. Please refrain from making loud noises or using noise-making devices of any kind. It is important that friends and family be allowed to hear the name of the graduate they attended tonight to see honored. Thank you.
Good evening. Would the first row please stand and come to the stage? begin with our associate degree in nursing. Mackenzie Mariah Beck, also practical nursing certificate. Abby Keiko Bell, also practical nursing certificate. Holly Ray Chandler, also practical nursing certificate. Kelly A. Harris, also practical nursing certificate. Kimberly Johnston, also practical nursing certificate. Valerie Ann Lascano. Autumn Marie Liam, also practical nursing certificate. Darlene M. Lytle, also practical nursing certificate. Blair Blanca Nelson, also practical nursing certificate. Candace Brianne Newmeyer, also Associate of Science. Sarah T. Parnell, also practical nursing certificate. Tanya Rochelle Preston, also practical nursing certificate. Andrea Ruby Sanchez Walk, also practical nursing certificate. Kaylee B. Schneider, also practical nursing certificate. Mackenzie Dawn Skiles, also practical nursing certificate. Mercedes Smith, also practical nursing certificate. Shelby Victoria Strife, also practical nursing certificate. Christy L. Suter, also practical nursing certificate. Kayla M. Trevino, also practical nursing certificate. Madison B. Westmoreland, also practical nursing certificate. Lexi R. Westwood, also practical nursing certificate. Michelle G. Zedeker. And now students receiving an Associate of Applied Science, Business Information Systems. Dariana Alcaraz, also Administrative Assistant Certificate and Social Media Certificate. Caitlin A. Lucero, also Administrative Assistant Certificate. Rachel Stephanie Troster. Those within Business Management, Perry Nicole Huxford. Laura Michelle Prochnow. Destiny M. Simmons. Caitlin Crystal Valdez, also Supervision and Leadership Certificate. And now those students in Electrical and Instrumentation Technology. Haley M. Hernandez. Andrew Robert Kraft, also Electrical and Instrumentation Control Certificate. Cameron John Morris, also Electrical Mine Maintenance Certificate and Electrical and Instrumentation Control Certificate. Trenton T. Wells, also Electrical Mine Maintenance Certificate and Electrical and Instrumentation Control Certificate. Now those receiving Medical Administrative Assistant. Carrington Flores Torrey, also Administrative Assistant Certificate and Medical Administrative Assistant Certificate. Those receiving Industrial Maintenance Technology. Wesley E. Smith, also Supervision and Leadership Certificate and Surface Maintenance Mechanic. Caden Douglas Stoll. Those receiving an Associate of Arts. Beth A. Whitman. Those within the area of Art Foundation. Emily Allison Monson. Within the area of Communication. Mandy L. Dupape. Kellen Seth Hansen. Within the area of Criminal Justice, Anthony Allen Herrera. Abigail Ann Hodder. Belen Ruiz Valdez. Haley Brianne Cisneros. Within the area of elementary and early childhood education, Porterlyn Brown. Nikita Marie Eckert. Reese Kelly Fulmer. Andrea Juarez Tejada. Sheridan K. Sherwin. Masahiro Sota, also English as a second language certificate. Peyton Lee Sweet Williams. Sadie A. Wilson. Within the area of English, Jonathan Joseph Howard. Within the area of history, Elizabeth Ann Cholak. Within the area of multidisciplinary studies, Devin G. Clark. Josie Marlene Luke. Gabrielle M. Young. Within the area of music, Kazunari Inamoto, also English as a second language certificate. Shaylin Jean Wilson. Within the area of musical theater, Rebecca Ann Cope. Within the area of political science, Carla Joanna Duarte. Audrey Marie Harrison. Within the area of psychology, Mary Cruz Alvarez. Ryan L. Desmond. Keisha Marie Martinez. Carly Davis Putnam. Hayden Marie Roop. Caitlin Sharp. Zoe L. Turner. Within the area of secondary education in English, Katie J. O'Neill. Within the area of social work, Ebony Hodder. Kaylee Ann Hughes. Within the area of Spanish, Nanako Ishii. Within the area of business administration, David Samuel Anderson. Louis Carl Atkinson III. Hunter S. Castillion. Vanessa A. De Leon. Garrett J. Harris. Jasmine D. Hopkin. Olivia Iturrio. Calvin F. Jeffries. Joshua Thomas Larson. Donatha Mahoro. Yuki Miyahara. Elizabeth Murdoch. Within the area of chemistry, Jens H. Anderson. Kayla R. Gonzalez. Within the area of computer science, Taylor James DeHora. Trevor Thomas Slight. Within the area of elementary and early childhood education, Jennifer K. Frost. Anna Joy George. Tracy Lynn Maffei. Within the area of engineering mechanical, Jacob Wilson Branson. Hayden T. Williams. Within the area of exercise science, Alana M. Floyd. Within the area of mathematics, Beyonce Naylene Ortiz. Shelby Lynn Squires. Within the area of multidisciplinary studies, Koharu Katagishi. Jacqueline Carelia Marquez. James Michael McCarter. Kelby Rochelle Pope. Abigail Smith. Michaela R. Stanley. Within the area of natural sciences, Vanessa Esmeralda Ramos Delgadillo. Within the area of paramedicine, Jeffrey David Brown. Lance Russell East. Cheryl Rixey. Tasha Lynn Urbach. Tristan John Van Valkenburg. Within the area of pre-health, Cameron Scott Metcalf. Lucas Sa. Within the area of pre-pharmacy, Michaela A. Atkinson. Within the area of pre-radiology, Christian Alatore. Fernando Luna Anaya. Jacob Thomas Mueller, also Supervision and Leadership Certificate. Dornita Maria Phelps. Within the area of secondary education, physical education, Alec J. Lawson. And now the certificates. First, within the area of accounting, Maravich Cabana Inman. Within the area of digital design technologies, Wendy Renee Pugmire, also Web Development Certificate. Within the area of electrical mine maintenance, Ashley Ellen Simpson. And within the area of pre-dental hygiene, Alyssa Marie Waters. All right.
If you're wondering, I'm waiting for the back row to sit down, but don't sit down until she gets there. The back row may now be seated. For many of our graduates, a certificate or associate degree is just the first step. For some, the only option of continuing education towards a bachelor's or master's degree is taking courses online. We'd like to also acknowledge one graduate who started at Western and then completed her degree at a distance through Valley City State University. Dr. Dustin Conover will now recognize this graduate.
Tonight, we recognize the following graduate for completing a bachelor's degree from Valley City State University, located in Valley City, North Dakota. Western and Valley City have worked together to provide an opportunity for Western Wyoming students who have graduated with an associate's degree to continue work towards an education bachelor degree program in an online environment. We would now like to recognize Amy Suzanne Kenyon, Bachelor of Science in Elementary Education, also middle school endorsement and reading endorsement. Congratulations.
Graduates, please stand. On behalf of the administration and the Board of Trustees, I present to you the Western Wyoming Community College graduating class of 2021. Yeah. So congratulations and best wishes. You may now move your tassel from the right to the left. Our president, Dr. Dale, will now offer some closing remarks to our graduating class.
Do they get to sit down?
You can sit down.
Thank you and congratulations to our students. The best day of the year. Western's class of 2021, you crossed the finish line. I know, it's true. I know you are experiencing a variety of feelings right now, especially like, hurry up, lady, get off stage because I want to get out of here. So just kidding. Considering what you accomplished during a worldwide pandemic, I'm certain exhaustion is one word that comes to mind. You've endured over a year of pivoting, or should I say hurdling, to stay safe, stay focused, work hard, and ultimately succeed. Graduating from college is an incredible accomplishment on any given day, but this is different. This was harder. This was COVID. And you showed the world your strength, determination, flexibility, tolerance, and perseverance. I know, we should clap to that too. You overcame incredible challenges to be here today, and honestly, Casey talked about this earlier, I think you should put this on your resume because you completed your college degree during a pandemic. And that says a lot about who you are, what your values are, and what you're made of. Excellent. Put it on your resume, okay? Okay, yeah, let's clap to that too. So before we leave, I would also once again like to recognize the families and the friends that have supported their graduates, because we know that you too have sacrificed as well during the crisis. This pandemic has clearly shown us how important our family and friends and community are and how we really do need to come together to help each other. And we thank you for this support of your students and our students. And esteemed faculty, I see a few of you here tonight, and I know some of you are watching out there, and I'm sorry you can't be with us tonight. That will change next year. And our staff. You know, I just continue to be bedazzled by these folks. I mean, the talent that they display, the wholehearted commitment that they show to the students and to the college. Thank you for giving so much of yourselves to ensure that these students are here today. So graduates, could you please join me one more time, a round of applause for all of these caring and kind people who have helped you get here today. So 2021 graduates, on behalf of the entire Western family, we're so proud of you, and we wish you the very best as you navigate what is next in your pathway to success. We remain here for you, so please come back and see us, whether you're watching a sporting event or coming to a cultural event here. Maybe you want to take some additional classes to enhance your skills. Oh, by the way, don't forget, we're offering a bachelor's degree in the fall for the first time. So think about that. And you may be bringing your grandkids, your kids, your family, your friends to see T-Rex and her friends. So come back and see us. And don't ever forget how you persevered through a worldwide pandemic. We know it was tough, and you did demonstrate grit, as what was discussed earlier, and that is what forever makes you a Western Mustang. Stay safe and well, celebrate your successes, and thank you for the opportunity to serve you. Your future is very, very bright. Have a great evening.
That's right.
I forgot.
We want to thank you to the musicians for the music tonight. Thank you so much. And for everyone who has helped make this event successful. Those seated on stage will now we're going to how we're getting out of here. Those seated on the stage will recess out the rear doors. Oh, I feel like I'm on an airplane. Out the rear doors, face mask. Okay. Those seated on the stage will recess out the rear doors of the gymnasium, followed by the Board of Trustees and division chairs, followed by all of the graduates. Please remain seated while the graduates and administration have left the gym. It is very important that you leave out the front doors of the gym as you exit in an orderly fashion. Since there will not be a reception this year, please plan to meet your graduate outside of the building in the Western Commons and the parking lot areas. Thank you for coming. Good night.
When I am down and oh my soul so weary, when troubles come and my heart burden me, then I am still and wait here in the silence Thank you.